The only thing about living in Santa Carla is all the damn vampires.
Another life.
We are Flintstones kids, 10 million strong and growing.
Man, that is a lot of effort to get diarrhea.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Action.
That's the one. You got it.
That was on time. There we go.
Nice job. Hey,
it took me 14 tries, but I got action right where it needed to be.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Hey, when's the last time you saw Lost Boys? That movie, Lost Boys.
College?
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to be college, yeah.
Do you remember anything about the movie Lost Boys?
I remember thinking, wow, so this is a movie that someone actually made.
So, continuing our film series of catching my wife up on things she didn't see when she was supposed to see them.
You made her watch Lost Boys?
Yeah, because I saw it probably when I must have been 6 or 7 years old, and it was on TV, right? This is how I saw movies.
Uh-huh.
And I was genuinely freaked out by it as a kid. And then I remembered it being so sexual and stuff. It's fucking ridiculous. It's a ridiculous movie. We rewatched it Friday night.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, again, it's been like 20 years plus since I've seen it.
Sure.
No, not 20 years plus,
15.
but almost 20 years.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it wasn't bad enough to be really funny for me to watch it.
Right.
But it wasn't good enough for me to ever want to watch it. It slid right in there. It wasn't good enough for anything.
It's a highly silly movie, I realized. The best line, spoilers for Lost Boys if you've never seen it, but fuck you. It came out in 1987. Go fuck yourself. The very end, and at some point you realize that Grandpa is in on the whole thing, right? And he goes, the only thing about living in Santa Carla is all the damn vampires. But you got...
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a movie, though? This is an important thing to differentiate.
Okay.
Where they knew that it was that ridiculous.
No, I don't think so.
I don't feel like they knew. I think they thought they were making a legitimately great vampire movie, and they were not.
Well, it's a Joel Schumacher joint, and he went on to make Batman and Robin, a movie that is so over the top.
That's all you need to know.
That it makes the Lost Boys look like a normal fucking movie. And the tone is all over the place. It made me think of it because we were just talking about Gilmore Girls before we started, and Edward Herrmann is in Lost Boys. Grandpa Gilmore is the lead. He's like he's like the master vampire in it, and his at at the end, his finally you see the reveal and his face turns into vampire face, and it looks so bad. And there's so much in it that I remember because I saw it a few times. I remember just being totally freaked out by it, thinking it was so I thought it was inappropriate for me to watch as a child. I'm a kid, and I'm like, I don't think I should be watching this shit.
To be fair, it was.
Yeah. But
it's not for that age group.
No. Like the maggots.
I'm looking.
That got me. Yeah. That got me.
Joel Schumacher has one of the most interesting careers in film. So he directed St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh yeah, St. Elmo's Fire.
And wrote St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh yeah, okay.
But then he also directed Lost Boys, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. He did 8 Millimeter.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember
Nicolas
that
Cage
movie. Yeah. Phone Booth, which I actually enjoyed the movie Phone Booth. Phantom of the Opera. He wrote and directed the Phantom of the Opera.
Of that? Wow.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
He's done everything.
His career.
Also, he has a writing credit on The Wiz. I just have to throw that out. The Wiz.
I mean, the thing I thought about
for those who haven't seen Joel Schumacher, he does not look like he should have a writing credit for The Wiz.
No, his credit on The Wiz should be I watched The Wiz.
And they didn't even want me to do that. I still did it anyway.
It was not made for me. It looks like a music video, Lost Boys. The whole thing has like 80s music video sheen on it. Kiefer Sutherland is unchained in the movie. I love him though. He's probably one of the better actors in the movie. The lead guy, is it Jason Patrick? I think Jason Patrick, who everyone was comparing to Jim Morrison. They're like, he looks like Jim Morrison. And throughout the movie, there's like pictures of Jim Morrison in the background. They're like, look, he looks like Jim Morrison. Make the mental connection. Yeah. Both Corey Haim, Corey Feldman are both in the movie. Corey Feldman playing one of the Frog brothers, who this is what I connected to as a kid, because they're like two like 10 to 12-year-old kids whose parents are so high and hippied out that they just sit there looking at nothing all the time in their family-owned comic book store. Whilst the brothers Frog go out and hunt vampires with their like all their gear and shit. And that's what I loved. I loved all the gear. Like they got stakes, they got their canteens full of holy water, they got squirt guns. That's who I wanted to be as a child.
Right. Okay, so there are planned sequels that didn't happen and sequels that did happen.
I saw that there were sequels. Never seen them. Never seen them.
So Kiefer Sutherland's character, David, was impaled on antlers, but does not explode or dissolve as do the other vampires.
True.
He was intended to have survived, which would have been picked up in a sequel, The Lost Girls.
Oh.
Joel Schumacher made several attempts at a sequel during the 90s, but nothing came to fruition. I can't imagine why.
It was a successful movie, though, right? Like I feel like it.
I think it did well.
It did well at the box office. It's just looking at it in 2024 eyes. It's like
now, when I say it did well, like for the budget.
Yeah. Okay.
So according to Wikipedia, the budget was $8.5 million. The box office was $32 million. So it's not like a blockbuster, but you made money.
It made money.
That's good enough to get a sequel.
Definitely.
If it was today's Hollywood, that would be enough to create a full franchise that would last 30 years plus.
The LBU, the Lost Boys universe.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes is you turn to profit. Fine, let's do more. Let's keep it going forever.
Disney owns it now. Great, we're off to we're off to the races. No, but
we have 15 spin-off TV series. All of them are about Kiefer Sutherland. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great.
Let me say though that I love it. I mean, I recognize its quality, and I recognize where it hits and where it misses, but I have affection for it big time because it was a big part of my childhood, for better or for worse.
This actually surprises me a great deal. Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 77.
Oh, okay. People like it.
Like, not whether you like it or not, does it surprise you that 77% of critics gave it a favorable review?
It does. I would put it more as like a 50-50, whether people liked it or not.
And critic reviews don't matter to me. I don't care.
No.
Most of the time I will say I am more likely to dislike a movie where it's like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes than like a 60. I'm more likely to dislike the 98 because it's usually pretentious and obnoxious.
Yeah, and possibly boring. Right.
Yeah.
Like there's so many movies that the critics are like, whoa, and you're like, this was 3 hours of fucking watching grass grow.
Yeah.
Like it happens that way sometimes. Yeah. I'm with you. I do have my artsy moments. Yeah. But I also
Everyone does,
like
but
entertaining bullshit, like
yeah.
And that's Lost Boys.
I mean, the sweet spot is when you can find the movie on Rotten Tomatoes that it's like in the 80s critic wise and 80s audience score. Like if the critic and the audience both agree that it's pretty good, then I'm going to probably enjoy that movie.
Yeah, it's a home run. Yeah. Like something like Raiders of the Lost Ark or like Back to the Future has probably got a score like that.
More recently, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah,
that was one that had a really high score for both of them.
Everybody
and I watched it. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. It's an entertaining movie.
I still have not seen Wolf of Wall Street.
It's an entertaining movie.
It's enough for me.
You're only how many years behind on it?
A good many at this point. I missed the big time.
Let's see. Wolf of Wall Street. 2013. You are just 11 years old.
Wait, that came out in 2013? God, I thought that would have been like 8 years ago, not nearly.
No, that movie's
10.
older than my child.
Shit. Oh, shit. Yeah. I have holes in my cinematic viewing, that's for sure. And that's one of them.
Do I need to send a list to Jen of movies that she needs to make you watch that you've missed out on?
Maybe. And it would be more current stuff, probably, honestly, with me.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to send her a list of all the baseball movies I watched growing up and make you burn through all of those. Well, like, I'm sure you've seen some.
Yeah. I've seen
Field of Dreams. Obviously, you've seen.
I've seen Field of Dreams.
Everyone's seen Field of Dreams.
No, I don't know if Jen's seen Field of Dreams, to be frank.
Well, she doesn't. Okay, I should say every male has seen Field of Dreams because it tickles the male
genitalia,
son, father. Yeah. It tickles the ball sack. The father-son relationship,
right?
That it's one of the very few movies that men have given themselves permission to cry at.
That's true.
Is Field of Dreams.
Yeah. It's like that and Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, those are it. Those are the only two that you're allowed to cry at if you're a male.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah. It's like in one, a guy wants to build a baseball field, and the other one, a lot of people died.
A lot. And only Saving Private Ryan. Any other war movie, it's like, you should have gotten that out of your system with Saving Private Ryan, you baby. Stop it.
You're crying at Platoon over here? Fuck you. You're gay.
Eight Men Out. Did you ever see 8 Men Out?
I haven't seen 8 Men Out, no.
Okay.
Is that a war movie?
It's baseball.
Oh,
these are all going to be baseball movies. It's about the Chicago Black Sox scandal of 1919.
Oh, that sounds good.
Where a number of Chicago White Sox players were kicked out of baseball forever for throwing the World Series.
Did that really happen?
It did happen.
Whoa.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of other ones you might. The Natural. Did you ever see The Natural?
Yeah, The Natural would be one of those that I've seen. I can name a couple more if you want. Field of Dreams, The Natural.
Yeah.
Hang on. Basketball. No. That doesn't count.
I mean, that I'm counting.
You're going to count basketball?
Yeah.
A League of Their Own.
Did you see Bull Durham?
I might
A League of Their Own is a good one.
That's Bull Durham is also Costner, right? Is that Costner?
Yes, it's a comedy.
Okay,
yeah, it's a comedy.
I don't think I've seen. I saw it. I think I'm confusing it with Tin Cup, which is a golf movie with Kevin Costner.
No, very different.
Yeah.
Okay, A League of Their Own. Did you watch any of the A League of Their Own TV series?
No. I remember that happened
on Amazon.
Yeah, was it good?
No. It bumped me out so bad. It had the potential to be good, but they did the thing where they tried to put in too many hot button issues in one season of TV show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like you're already dealing with the fact that it's women having to participate in a male-dominated work field.
Right.
That's supposed to be the main conflict, but then at the same time, they put in a lesbian storyline. So you have a gay couple in the 1940s.
Yeah.
There is a trans storyline, which is fine, but it's too many all at one time.
Yeah.
Like, you're bouncing everywhere.
It's like, well, you kind of want to like pick one per season almost to work out, right? Like,
right. If you jam all of them in one season, then the second season, it's like, hey, remember how we had all that happening?
Yeah.
Some of it's still going on right now, and others are okay. So we're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the
pace yourself.
I understand the tendency to want to do that, right? But like at the same time, I agree. For the sake of the story and the sake of the viewer,
right? You
kind of want to just spread it out a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like you could. I would have accepted and been able to hang with one more hot ticket plot point in the first season, because again, you already should have the big one being your women playing baseball in the 1940s,
right?
And everyone thinks you can't do it.
That's enough of a story to get you going, you know?
Like, that's the entire movie, and the movie was fine. We had no problem with the movie.
No, love the movie. The movie's a classic, I would say. It's a good one.
Yeah, and if they had gone with the character who turns out to be trans, and there was that storyline, perfect. That's perfect. That's the perfect amount of stuff to do in a season.
Yeah, agreed.
But then you got a couple sneaking around because they don't want to be found out that they're gay. It's too many things.
Yeah.
And at some point they have to play baseball, and they didn't do it very much.
For a fucking baseball show.
Yeah. They missed that part of it.
Wait a minute. Oh, Moneyball. I've seen Moneyball, which I loved. Moneyball's good.
Did you really?
I did. I got a lot out of Moneyball.
Can I? Okay, as a baseball fan,
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest here.
Sure.
I thought Moneyball was kind of boring.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't get the mass appeal of Moneyball.
You mean because it's so, to use a term, inside baseball?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know. It could be. Look, listen, I'll watch anything with Brad Pitt. He's one of my favorite actors.
Well,
he just is.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
He manages to be so fucking mainstream, while at the same time picking weird projects to do here and there.
Well, see, he's reached that point in his career.
Yeah.
He's at the fuck you point of his career.
Big time.
Brad Pitt can do whatever he wants, and everyone just goes, all right.
Love it. Great.
He did the TV show Dave that follows the rapper Lil Dicky.
I have the vaguest idea of this show. Vaguest.
Okay. I mean, it's a comedy about a rapper.
Okay.
A white Jewish rapper that does comedic raps.
Well, that's funny enough as on paper.
Right. And it's full of cameos. It has cameos all over the place. And there's one episode Brad Pitt showed up, and I'm like, oh, a Brad Pitt cameo. No, Brad Pitt starred in the full episode with him.
Whoa.
Because he's Brad Pitt, and he just does what he wants to do at this point.
I love that. I like that. That's great. That's great. I mean, the guy's filmography, there aren't a lot of misses when you think about it.
That's true.
I mean, Thelma and Louise was like his first movie, I believe. Mm-hmm. And all through the 90s.
Even
great stuff.
Yeah, even his misses.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of like, I mean, they're not great.
Yeah.
That's the bottom of the barrel with Brad Pitt is I don't think it should win an award.
Right. Like what's a Brad Pitt miss movie? He's in fucking Heat, which everyone's just loves. Everyone loves that movie.
Right.
He's in fucking like even the romances are good, like Meet Joe Black and fucking 7 Years in Tibet.
Right.
Fucking
all right. We'll start
Fight Club. I mean,
we'll start at Interview with the Vampire. That feels like a good point.
Yeah.
We're at 94 with Brad
That's
Pitt.
94? Wow, I thought that was like 96, 98. Wow, okay. That's a good movie.
Oh, no.
It's a good movie.
Interview with the Vampire, Legends of the Fall.
Also a good movie.
7.
Good movie.
12 Monkeys.
7. Fuck. 12 Monkeys. Both good movies.
Those 4 are in a row.
God damn. See what I mean? He kicks ass. So he goes from a fucking vampire movie to a multi-generational romance. That's Legends of the Fall. Set in like the teens, 19 teens. To what did you say? 7 to a fucking one of the best thrillers ever.
7.
One of the best thrillers of all time. To fucking 12 Monkeys, which is this crazy sci-fi thing that I love. I love that movie.
Let's see, Sleepers. The Devil's Own. I don't know The Devil's Own.
I don't know that one. That might have been a miss. Maybe it's a good movie. I have no idea.
But then 7 Years in Tibet.
Yeah. Which won awards?
And Meet Joe Black.
Yeah.
And Fight Club.
Yeah.
And Being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
And Snatch.
Wait, he's in Being John Malkovich?
And The Mexican. Yeah.
Did I forget?
Not as a mate. I mean, he's not John Malkovich.
Wait.
I think it's more of like a cameo.
Oh, okay. Wait, what was after that? Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Snatch.
Oh, fucking Snatch rules. Snatch is awesome.
The Mexican.
The Mexican was not. Now, you could almost argue it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great.
I think any other actor with the Mexican, you'd be like, oh, that was pretty good, the Mexican. But it's Brad Pitt, and you're like,
it's not bad.
Let's see. The Devil's Own has a 37 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That was a miss.
So not great.
That was a miss.
Okay. So from 1994 to 90, till 2000, we'll say to 2000, he had one miss.
Fuck. That's pretty great. That's a great run.
Let's see. Spy Game.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith can go suck a dick. I don't give a fuck about that movie.
But that was his moneymaker.
Yeah, I know.
That's the one that got him to where he can do whatever he wants now.
I know. And all the Oceans movies, those are fun. The Ocean movies are good.
Yeah. Let's see. Troy, Mr. and Mrs.
Troy
Smith.
was not great.
But it got him the money.
Yeah.
See, I think early 2000s was his cash in time.
Yeah, you're right.
Because early 2000s, that's when he did all the Oceans movies, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Fuck that movie.
Troy. Let's see.
And listen, I'll watch any of those except Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I thought that was the dumbest fucking idea. And I I know they made a show now, and I understand that's a better idea. But
the show's a much better idea.
But I just don't like Angelina Jolie. I'm sorry. I don't like her.
I think that's my issue with the movie too. I've never liked her.
Same.
Do you remember that era? I mean, we would have been young, impressionable men.
Teen boys.
At that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. When everyone's like, Angelina Jolie's so hot. And we are possibly the only two people of that age at that time who are just like, stop talking about her. I don't care. I don't care.
I felt the same way. I was like, she's not though. Like, she doesn't look real. She's like disproportionate or something. It was a very unrealistic look for some reason to me. The lips, like everyone was all about those big lips, the as we would say, the DSLs in the parlance of our times. But I never got it. I did not understand it. She did not do it for me in the least.
And I also never saw a movie where I was impressed with her acting. Not that she's a bad actor. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I don't think she's a bad
her career to think she is.
Yeah.
She just, all of the movies she chose were things that aren't for me. Mm-hmm. Like Tomb Raider wasn't for me. I didn't watch Tomb Raider.
It's not memorable. I can say that. And I'm a guy with the same last name.
Yeah. What's the one with the bullet where she spins the bullet in the air? What's that one?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea what that is.
I can't think of the name of the movie. Everyone talked about that.
Salt? There's a movie called Salt.
Maybe it was Salt.
I don't know. That's much later, I think. I have no fucking idea.
She curves a bullet, like she shoots a bullet and can curve it. And everyone was like, that's so cool. And it wasn't that cool.
I kind of remember that. The coolest bullet thing ever is the Matrix, though. That's the coolest bullet shit.
Well, and this was
like a take
like
on.
Clearly, they watched the Matrix and went, "What if we had a bullet thing too?"
Yeah, I don't remember what that
we need our own bullet thing.
Yeah, everyone needs a bullet thing.
Yeah,
fuck you with your bullet bullshit. All right, and we only needed one goddamn Matrix movie, by the way. Thank you.
Yes,
one.
Yeah.
There's so many movies like that. This is a movie heavy episode so far, and we got other shit to talk about.
We do.
There should have been only one Matrix film. There should have been the one. Come on, I know you're not a big. I know you don't like that bullshit, but it's.
I'll let them have the one.
It's good.
They can have the one.
The first one was groundbreaking. Okay, it was groundbreaking. It was good.
Yeah.
Not for everybody, clearly. But.
Well, okay. I'll tell you why The Matrix wasn't for me. I watched that movie, and like obviously, it was set up to be a trilogy.
It was, yeah.
You watch that movie; it doesn't have a clean ending, really, and you're like, okay, so there's more of this coming. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay.
And it turns out I was the correct one. Okay. Everyone else was like, yeah, there's to be more. And then it just got worse and worse. And by the end of it, everyone was just depressed. It was the same feeling everyone who watched Lost had at the last episode of Lost when I had told them 3 years earlier, oh, I hope they're just all dead. And that's what this is.
Jurassic Park, one fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
One fucking movie.
Yeah. And I liked the first.
Oh, God.
I don't even have anything bad to say about it.
Jurassic Park rules. I have gone back and watched it a couple of times the last few years. That movie, that's the one thing you can say about a lot of Spielberg movies. They tend to transcend their time. They tend to work.
That's true.
Like I showed my wife and my kid Jaws like 2 or 3 years ago. It fucking worked on them like it was out in theaters today. It fucking worked. And that's how I feel about Jurassic Park. That's how I feel about not all of his movies, but a few of them are they just totally work on every level.
Now, when are you going to set your family down and make them watch Schindler's List?
I knew that's what you were going to say. Well, full disclosure, I have never seen Schindler's List.
It's okay. It's an extremely well done movie.
Yeah.
I never am going to watch it ever again in my life.
It's a one and done, right? Like it's a
yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so concerned if I met a person that they said their favorite movie of all time was Schindler's List.
Oh God.
Like it has replay value to them.
Oh no.
That's some serial killer stuff right there.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I part of the reason is I know what it's about, and I know it's really sad. And most people say what you say is that like you fucking watch it once and that's it. Add to that, I have a little bit of allergic reaction to Liam Neeson. I just do, and I'm getting over it.
Liam Neeson's great in this movie.
Yeah, I don't take it away from him. He's a good actor for sure, but
yeah, I
just look at his face and I don't want to watch it. That's what it comes down to. But then I think about the rest, like Darkman. He did the Darkman movies, and he did like fucking, I don't know, this dumbass action movie where he's like on an ice road, like ice road truckers type shit. And I was like, all right, I'm in. And Taken. You know, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you now, Liam Neeson. I'll go. He's Ra's al Ghul in the fucking Chris Nolan Batman movies. Oh, yeah, all right. Okay. They used to play a game on one of Kevin Smith's shows. It was like, how big is your cock, Liam Neeson, or something like that. Did you ever listen? It was on Hollywood Babylon. That's what it was. They were like,
It sounds familiar.
It was a little theme song with it. It was like, how big is Liam Neeson's cock? Yeah, I don't know.
What did they ever get the answer?
No, it's
fairly
for an Irish guy. It's fucking huge. That's what I understand.
Fairly, that's the answer. Yeah, don't make your family sit down. That's not. No. I don't feel like watching Schindler's List is a family experience. It's weird. That would be weird.
It would be weird. Did you?
I do recommend you watch it.
Okay, I'll watch at some point. I know I will. I'll get to it. I mean, it's
spoiler alert. You're not going to come out of it going, yeah, the Germans were right.
Yeah.
You won't come out of it thinking.
There's a movie out right now. I can't remember what it's called, but it maybe just hit streaming actually. And it looks like an arty kind of flick, but the premise is very intriguing. It's about, I don't know if it's Goering or one of the other guys in the Nazi regime sets up a fucking place for him and his family to live just outside of one of the concentration camps. And it's called the Zone of Interest, I believe. Let me look this up. And I mean, I need to see this. I mean, what a crazy idea for a movie. And I'm sure it's based on a book. I don't know. But yeah, it's based on a 2014 novel by someone named Martin Amis. Oh, it was Rudolf Hoss. Just outside of Auschwitz. They're trying to have a normal life whilst everything is happening at Auschwitz.
I would like it on the record, actually. I don't know that we've ever said this on the podcast, so I want it on the record that I am staunchly anti-Holocaust.
Oh, same here.
You kind of hesitated. I brought it up, and you were like, "Oh yeah, me too, yeah." Like, don't be.
I didn't mean to hesitate. I mean, taking it all back to Lost Boys, someone was credited in the credits as surf Nazis, and I know that's a thing. There were surf Nazis, not at the Holocaust. Later.
So it's been a while since we talked about this particular anti-Semite.
Yeah, which one?
So Kanye.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, how's he doing?
Okay, so he just got sued. That was the perfect question to ask leading into this. And so he's getting sued by a guy who used to work for his fashion brand and then his school. You remember how he had a school?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do.
And there's a bunch of stuff that you're like, wow, that's not great. That sounds like something that a crazy person would do. But this one, I thought you would you would enjoy this particular part of the lawsuit.
Okay.
Okay. So he started working at Donda Academy, and
wait, what's it called?
Donda Academy, his school. It was named after his mom, Donda.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
So Kanye West allegedly screamed at Phillips, the man suing him, in front of a crowd of people saying he was fired. Phillips claims he attempted to plead his case and reminded West that his daughter and younger brother attended Donda and pointed to an undiagnosed medical condition he was reportedly suffering from. The suit claims West responded by pointing at Phillips and screaming, "Fuck your neck," then pointed at the school and said, "And your daughter. I don't give a fuck about none of that." Okay. Okay. We're not to the entertaining part yet, though. West then allegedly attempted to pick up the garden Phillips was working on. He was apparently working on a garden, and Kanye West, upset and angry, went to go pick up this garden that the man had filled with dirt, but was, quote, too weak and out of shape to pick the entire display up, according to the suit.
That's the best fuck you. Yeah.
The lawsuit states West then physically threatened Phillips, saying he was going to punch him in the face. Then the lawsuit describes a sudden shift in mood in which Kanye West imitated the celebratory dance of Mario from the famous video game Super Mario Bros. West, and this is a quote, jumped up, punching one fist in the air while he said, "I'm going to give you one more chance. Another life."
Oh God, he so needs to be on medicine. I hope he's
so
on medicine.
So many medicines he needs. And this guy, so all of that stuff, you're like, that's really bad. The dude's suing him for $35,000. Like, that's it. It sounds like he's just trying to get like the rest of his salary for the year or something.
Like Kanye probably makes that in a day, I'm guessing.
In an hour most of the time. Well, maybe not anymore. That was back before he decided.
In the before times.
Yeah, that was back before he decided to talk about Jewish people a lot.
Yeah.
So he made a lot of money back then.
He did make a lot of money.
He makes a lot less now because, you know, poor decisions and things of that nature.
That's how it goes.
I honestly, the whole Mario thing, I assume he did a Mario impression when he said, "I'm going to give you one more chance." Like, I want him to have said, "I'm gonna give you another chance," something like that.
It's a me. Yeah.
And I would love to have a video of the people that were in the room at the time to see their facial expressions when he did that.
What a fucked up character.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
I almost feel bad for. I mean, I do feel bad for him.
I feel very bad for him. And laughing at this is the thing that I feel bad about. The stuff like that, regardless of, not like that's objectively funny, regardless of any situation outside of it. But like when he yells at paparazzi and stuff like that, and people are like that's a clear mental break type of situation when he has those.
Yeah.
When he's when he's being an asshole, like it's I mean, you know, mental illness or not, if you can't lift up the garden, it's funny.
Since he's on a Mario thing, it's like is it Mario 2 where you're picking up the turnips?
Picking up the turnips?
Throwing them? Yeah. I feel like that's what he was trying to do. It's like, let's get these fucking turnips out of here. So I drove to Maine today.
Okay.
Because I'm way the fuck up here. I'm like so close to fucking Maine. I'm so close. And they have a thing called the world's largest telephone up in Maine. I have a Atlas Obscura. Obscura. Have you heard of Atlas Obscura? They do books and shit.
The name is familiar.
It's just like weird shit. You know, it's like one of those roadside attraction type of things. It's like, hey, here's some weird shit you might want to go see. And ask me about the world's largest telephone up in Maine.
Well, I mean, my first question is obviously how big. And are we talking like cord or is it a cell phone?
Old fashioned crank telephone.
Okay, crank telephone. Okay.
Guess what? It's not that fucking big.
I don't believe that's probably the world's biggest telephone.
I don't either, Nathan.
Let's see.
I guess because they had the last like crank telephone system in existence in America there, they chose to build a statue of it. We missed it. We drove by it the first time. We had to double back to find the fucking thing.
I've got it pulled up right here.
You found it?
Yeah. That doesn't count as a telephone, right?
I mean, it's an old school telephone.
Like, does it actually function?
No, you can turn the crank. We learned that today. You can turn the crank.
That's just a statue.
Yeah, it's a
That's
statue.
no. No, we're not playing that game.
You're calling bullshit.
Like, yeah, I want to know about the world's largest operational telephone. Here we go.
Yes,
that's in the Netherlands.
I can't drive there.
I mean, you could if you tried hard enough.
Yeah, I guess.
You could go to the second biggest. Nope, that's. Oh no! This is one. Here we go. The largest functioning mobile phone. Where's that?
Japan.
That's gotta be right.
Yeah,
it's got to be in.
It's got to be Asia. I don't know. It just seems like the right place for that kind of thing.
Let's see.
Is that fucked up that I said that? It's not fucked up, right? Is that fucked up?
I mean, it's probably accurate.
Okay.
It's in L.A.
Oh, close enough.
It's like a touring thing.
Oh, it moves?
It is it's a scaled up Samsung SCH R450. So for all of those who know what that means,
they should do a version of that was the one that caught on fire.
Let's see. An SCH R450. I'm just trying to see if this is like a flip phone.
Yeah, what the hell would it be? Even I don't even know what it would be.
Oh, it's like one of those. Here, let me
screen share this
attempt to share this here.
All right, see if it crashes the whole goddamn thing. So far, it's like a brick phone. It's like a candy bar phone.
Yeah, that's
cute,
and that's got to be the actual one because for scale, those are humans right next to it.
Oh, that's the one where you would push it up and then you'd have the QWERTY keyboard.
Yeah,
I remember. I was actually jealous of people that had that one.
Well, that's a great invention.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool.
I mean, I would still take that, honestly.
Yeah.
I miss the idea of having I resisted for so long getting a phone without buttons.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I still to a degree have this paranoia that something will happen on my phone and I won't be able, like the touch screen won't work right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And before, if that happened, you still had a button and you could hit buttons.
Right. No,
and now if it doesn't work, you're just done. You're done.
I get that. Just to finish my story about the world's largest. So this is my first time I've been to Maine, and guess what? It looks a lot like New Hampshire or Vermont. At least where I was. There is like ocean. And we were almost there. We got pretty close because we decided. Well, it was another probably hour, and we just embarked at like 11:40 today is like when we left, and so I barely made it back in time to record. But we got to the world's largest telephone in quotes, and took a couple pictures, looked at it.
Not even quotes.
Yeah. No. Tried to crank it. It's in the middle of fuck nowhere, by the way. And then I promised the kid that I would Google the closest Taco Bell. So, because we don't have a Taco Bell here. The closest Taco Bell to us is like 2 hours plus. And we're talking state roads and all that bullshit to get Taco Bell. So we drove an extra 45 minutes today to go eat a Taco Bell.
Man, that is a lot of effort to get diarrhea.
And bring it back. Bring it back to the wife. We brought it back.
So you drove extra to get diarrhea for your kid and then brought your wife her share of diarrhea. That's correct. Now everyone just has the squirts, but you're happy while you do it.
I've been transporting diarrhea all around New England today. That's
the summary of your day. Is you're the New England squirts dealer.
That's
okay. I like it.
It was worth it for all the bullshit we went through, but that's the goddamn title of tonight's episode, Nathan.
There we go. It's Taco Bell. So Taco Bell is a dangerous food because, like I said, diarrhea, but that's not a given. It could go either way.
It could.
Like
it's fair.
It's going to give you some sort of intestinal distress, but it may sit there for a week at a time and not, you just live with that Taco Bell for another week, or it could be 30 minutes after you eat it, it's out of your system and you're done.
That's true.
It's a toss up.
I got to tell you, nothing hurts like not having something, Mm-hmm. I've had it it's been available to me my entire life. Right. And I'm not a Taco Bell stumper. Like I know, I get it. I know it's bullshit, but like when you want something, you fucking want something, and if you can't have it, you want it more. Well, and so, and
to be fair to you, like when Taco Bell is brought up in my house, mm-hmm. I go, or we could just go get real tacos because we have the carnicerias down the street. Yeah. You do not have that. So your alternative is going to the grocery store and buying some El Monterey bean and cheese burritos and calling it a day.
I haven't seen a brown person in months.
No. Well, they don't allow them up there.
No, they don't. It's true. It's true. There's a weird kind of, I don't know. I think these people are more woke than they're less woke than they think they are.
They're definitely. Okay.
It's like they think they're the wokest motherfuckers around, but they don't actually deal with diversity, really.
I have a theory that a majority of people who would identify as progressive.
Sure.
Now, this is not saying all people who are progressive, because there are actually progressive people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
People who identify as progressive are white people who would lock their doors if the wrong race happened to walk by their car.
Yeah, it's true.
Reflexively, they would do it. No second guessing what they were doing.
Yeah, no internal dialogue about it. Just a natural click.
But the problem is when you get to that point, you're a lot of them have reached a level of self-righteousness where they can't be critical about it and go, oh, wow, I do happen to have some deep-seated racism I should address. That would admit that they aren't the most progressive people, and it's a competition after all. So,
exactly. Well, it is certainly a competition, unless you're in New Hampshire, because
no, New Hampshire it's a different thing.
Consequently, I did discover a barbecue place in New Hampshire that claims to have real barbecue and catfish. I call bullshit on both of these things. However, I am a desperate man, Nathan. I'm a desperate man. And I might just drive 2.5 hours to eat some bad catfish in New Hampshire.
They don't have bad catfish closer to you than that?
I don't think they do.
Surely they have bad barbecue closer than that.
Well, supposedly there's okay, so the guy that cuts my hair now, the very nice guy. I am thinking of trying to have a beer with this guy because I don't have any friends here. And
okay.
He's my barber now, and he's a fella who lived at least part of his life in North Carolina, so I know he's a good old boy at some level.
Okay,
Jen's laughing at me from over there, and everyone's laughing at me.
Yeah.
Plus, I discovered last time I got a haircut, his Bible sitting near his clippers, and I thought, well, this is a man who
did he pray for your hair before he cut it?
This is a man who at least I know how he operates, right? Like this is a cat that I can understand. All right.
Okay.
And he also used the word community, as we discussed how we were both having trouble here developing friendships, and he threw out the word, which is a red flag that you're a Christian, right? If you throw out the term community. No one else talks like that, which is fine. I'm down with the Christians. All right, I'm down with the Jews. I'm down with the Muslims, the Buddhists, everybody. I'm down, but
down with the Christians.
Anyway, it's a tell. That's all I know. It's a tell.
Yeah.
And he said there's one place near here that has like passable barbecue, and I said, all right, you're from North Carolina. I trust you. I haven't been there yet, so I'll let you know if I go and what the deal is.
Yeah, I will. Not to poo-poo on his statement, but as a person from Kansas City, I think North Carolina's barbecue is way worse than the barbecue I grew up with. So if the person from North Carolina is saying it's passable barbecue, it may be the McRib.
Well. And now I will say, okay, listen, I will never Southern food. I will defend to my grave. All right. It's its own thing.
That's true.
It has African influences, but it's a mixture of that with what was, it's its own thing. And you ask yourself, why in the fuck would all these people want to eat this hot, greasy food in the middle of a hot, greasy place? But anyway. Having now, it does taste good. Having now been to Kansas City, I'm sort of with you. Yeah. Like Georgia was never known for its barbecue in the first place, so I'm sort of whatevs. Neither is Tennessee, really.
Oh, don't say that to Tennesseans.
They don't know better. They should know better. The Carolinas, I think, have a claim. Okay, they at least can stake a claim.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll give Memphis.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Get some credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to lunch today, and we went to a barbecue place.
Quotes.
Yeah, Edley's here in town.
Yeah, Edley's, sure.
And Edley's, for those who have never been, is one of those barbecue places where if you ask someone what's good at Edley's, the barbecue place, it's like a 50% chance someone's going to tell you a side dish is the thing that's good there.
That's right.
I had one person tell me they have the best sweet tea. In defense.
Go fuck yourself.
That's not even food. That's not food. Go away.
My grandma has the best sweet tea. Who are you? That's the right answer.
Yeah. I've been several times. I'm never impressed. I got the thing that I'm the most impressed with at this barbecue place.
Okay, which is?
It is their avocado salad. That's the level of barbecue we're working with here in Nashville.
You are true to yourself, man.
Like it was pretty good. It had it was a half a. They took the avocado cut in half, put some salad on it, put some brisket that didn't have enough flavor, and there we go. That's
you stick to your guns. God bless you. I love you.
I don't understand how you cook a brisket with no flavor. That's my issue. I don't get it. I get when you cook the brisket and it has too much fat. That means you didn't cook it long enough.
Sure, naturally.
How do you smoke a brisket and it comes out and you're like, yeah, it kind of tastes like brisket. Like there's a flavor there.
But to go to a barbecue place and get a goddamn avocado salad,
everything else is bad there. Have you looked at their menu?
That is an indictment. It really is.
Like, okay, their food, you can get ribs. You can get a rack of ribs. I didn't really want a rack of ribs. You can get a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
you could get a brisket sandwich. No, you can't. That's not good. And I think they do have a platter, but then a majority of the menu is like the tacos, nachos.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's not.
No, that's not
if
barbecue.
If you have to put the meat on a pile of chips with sour cream, congratulations, you're a Tex-Mex place.
No, I've never been a fan of it. Martin's is my favorite barbecue.
Martin's is way better.
Martin's is my favorite. By far. Edley's is tourist
still
bullshit.
Not amazing.
Yeah, right. It's not. Well, no, it's not. It's better. I'll tell you what. It's better than what I grew up with, though. It is better than because
I've had worse barbecue even in Kansas City. I've had worse barbecue than Martin's.
Sure, yeah.
But if Martin's is the second best barbecue place I've been to in town. Yeah, second best.
All right, and the best is that Texas place we went to.
Yeah,
that place fucking rules. What's it called?
Shotgun Willie's.
Shotgun Willie's. That place is fucking awesome. Yeah.
If you took Martin's to a place like Kansas City or Austin or a place like that, it would not last. It would be mediocre. It would be there.
Yeah, totally.
But that's what we're working with here. It could be worse. It could be New England, where
I think I have
drive
to
8 hours to get Taco Bell.
I think I have to get a Trump tattoo if I go into that New Hampshire fucking barbecue place, though, because it gets real Trumpy real fast as soon as you cross that border. It's wild. Mm-hmm. Also, New York, upstate New York, up in there. Vermont is this little, and Maine too. Maine's real liberal too. Maine's super liberal. Vermont's super liberal. Not all of Vermont, most of Vermont.
Right.
And I've driven around and seen the Confederate flags, as you know. But yeah, it's you're shocked. You're surprised.
Well, you know what you do if you start getting into a sticky situation where you think you're being found out that you're not a Trump guy,
right?
You just go, immigrants, man.
Yeah.
You don't even have to have a firm statement about them. Just acknowledge that they exist,
right?
And they'll go on a 45-minute long rant. That's your situation that you can escape. They're busy ranting about the border. You just sneak away. They don't notice you're gone.
Dude, two things on that. One, I figure if I ever get in this situation, I'm going to pull out that I'm from Tennessee and I'm going to be like, listen, you don't even know, pal. You don't have the half of it. Two, I was born in Georgia. I'm from a 13th colony, bro. Come on.
There you
go. Original sons or whatever. I don't know. The other thing. Wait, fuck! I forgot about the other thing. In the context of talking about the other bullshit I was talking about, I forgot the other thing I was talking about.
You could always just tell them that you're just waiting for the South to rise again.
Well, that's true. Yeah, and it will. No, the northern border. We're still waiting. Uh-huh. The northern border. I heard something on some news the other day. There are all these people getting to Canada, apparently, from all over the world, and illegally crossing from Canada into the U.S., into places like Swanton, which is in Vermont, or places in New Hampshire, etc. So now we got the other goddamn border to worry about too, where all these fucking people are coming from, man.
Man, that's going to be so much wall money if we have to wall up both sides of the country.
It's going to be a sandwich. We're going to be a little America sandwich. Yeah.
And what happens if they start to figure out how to use boats? Then we're going to have to wall up the coast too. Oh boy, this is
a whole fucking thing, man.
Oh boy.
But yeah, apparently there's all these people sneaking over the Canadian border, which, listen, I don't recommend. It looks treacherous as hell. You got moose to contend with.
Yeah, I think anyone who sneaks over the border, they should be allowed to go through a good immigration process because they put in a lot of work.
I agree. I completely agree.
They really want it.
By the way, today I see a sign that says, "Look out for moose." Hundreds of collisions. Hundreds. People must be colliding with moose constantly.
Or the moose are colliding with each other.
Well, it could be that. I suppose it could be that.
It could be a moose hit and run situation where they're just leaving each other by the side of the road.
That's like a Far Side drawing.
Yeah. It does sound. Oh man, I miss the Far Side.
Far Side was awesome.
I haven't looked at the Far Side in a minute. What I was gonna tell you something, and I don't remember what it was at this point.
We're talking about the border. We're talking about moose.
So tomorrow, by the time this comes out, this will have already happened.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the eclipse.
Yes.
Are you going to be able to look out your window to see darkness and the end of the world?
So I got my glasses. I got 3 pairs of. Hey, let me get them. I got 3 pairs of Eclipse glasses. Oh God.
Yeah.
I will be wearing all 3 pairs. My family.
They look so cool.
Aren't they awesome?
They look so cool.
Yeah, my family gets 0. I get 3 because these eyes are not getting damaged. No, it's a big to do here, man. Like,
oh yeah,
there's 250,000 people are expected to come to the state.
I believe it. So we are. We've taken the day off work, and we're riding a bus with the local science museum up to Evansville, Indiana.
What?
To get, Evansville is going to be right through the line.
Oh, nice.
Right there. Like I want to see the eclipse. I saw the one that in 2017?
Yeah, I did
saw
too.
that one pretty well. Yeah. It was good.
It was cool.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of really disappointed people.
It's potential. Yeah. They're shutting down the highway here and like renting out spots on the highway so you can watch it. It's crazy.
Okay, see, like it's cool, but it's not like a life-changing event, in my opinion.
I know, but it's like a big to do, man. Like all these little towns that I go to are all planning for it, and I don't know what's going to happen.
So the part of me that loves chaos, all these
chaos.
I keep seeing all these stories. Yeah, all these stories about people in these tiny Texas towns that people from out of state are just flooding these tiny Texas towns, and then I keep seeing things about how it's going to be overcast.
Yeah, I know. I really listen. I'm with you. I really hope it is. I hope it ruins everybody's day tomorrow.
Like I want to be able to see it. So if it wasn't cloudy in Evansville, that would be great. Everywhere else down south, just be so. I want it raining. I want full-blown thunderstorms.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, that last one came right over Nashville, and it was it just gets totally dark for a few minutes, and you're like, "This is weird." In the middle of the day, it's totally dark. So that one, I was at work, and I got to see it perfectly. They gave us all Eclipse glasses. We all went and stood outside and went, "Wow, it's dark!" And then it did like the wavy lines, like because of the light, like on the ground.
Like it looked like the ground was wavy.
Oh, that's wild.
My wife, meanwhile, was also trying to see it and was a mere 15 miles away from me at the time.
Yeah.
And a cloud passed overhead right when it was time and didn't see a thing. So that's always a possibility. We'll see.
No, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
or it could just be the beginning of the apocalypse.
Well, listen, whatever happens. I mean, if it's the apocalypse, I'm jumping around on here with you. That's my plan. I'll hold my child, and I will hold my wife, and I will speak to you as it's all burning down.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we will. If this is the apocalypse, we will live stream the end of times.
Yeah. No, I like it. Yeah.
I mean, someone has to be there to go, wow, it's crazy, right? Anyway, we're all gonna die.
Yeah. So one final for everybody out there in podcast land, just one final sushi jackknife.
Yeah, sushi jackknife.
Good night, everybody. I hope we last tomorrow.
Good night forever.
My water tastes like fish. Just like fucking fish. It's gross. And that's filtered too. And it tastes all fishy and shit. Fucking fish water.